beautiful roof. Yeah, surprisingly quiet today. As I say, it's probably due to the COVID situation. More lights, I've got 21 seconds to get through, I should be okay. Saying that, people like this cut across here don't even bother. Just make up your own rules here. Nice little Thai I've eaten there. Just good Thai street food, love it. Noodle soup, or rice with pork and fried egg. It's just great, love it. Another eatery there. Stacks of places to go, and you can eat for 20 baht. Okay, it's not luxury, but 20 baht, what's that? 50 pence to fill your belly. Can't knock it. Right, so this is, we're kind of the inner. These are the inner lakes now. There's sort of two lots. These are the ones closest to the centre. And then to the right here, so tonight, I'm looking at it, I don't know whether because of COVID they might have called it off, but normally Saturday and Sunday night here on the right, that street there is Walking Street. So I'll just turn the camera around. So that's Walking Street, and it's just lined with stalls, so in the centre and either side. Well, actually they're setting up over there now. So yeah, it's a great evening, and then you can sit at the side of the lake for food. So you get your food from one of the stores, and then you can sit. I think it's not a lot. It's like 10 or 20 baht to hire like a little bench. Well, it's more like a blanket on the ground. I'm going to go this way because there's a bit of a square with a big market. So you've got fresh fish, and I mean fresh fish. The fish are still alive, flapping around in the trays. So you've got here, there's loads of fresh fruit and veg in the first lot. So here's generally fruit and veg. It's a lot busier than this in the evenings. So beautiful fresh fruit and veg there. And then to the right, generally that's where you eat. There's loads of little sort of Thai street food vendors there. And then this market has got a mix of, so the market on the right, it's a mix really of sort of fresh fruit, veg, meats, fish. There's a few clothes stores, and then surrounding it you've got these other little convenience stores and Thai stuff there. Yes, I like it here. It's a nice feel. Very laid back. No one's in a great rush really, which is a good thing. So yeah, there's fish there. You see the fish and eels, there's all sorts going on there, jumping out. I'm going to go down here because there's a couple of nice little restaurants through here. Found a lovely pizza place. I'm going to assume the guy's Italian. It's got two restaurants sort of next door, but one to each other. One is sort of authentic Italian food, and then the other one is pizza. I've got to say, his pasta is absolutely spot on. Yeah, that's the place there. really good, and it's not expensive. So that's the Italian pasta stuff, and then this one, that's the pizza. Great food, nice atmosphere. Went there last week actually, but you can't, they're not allowed to serve alcohol, so you couldn't have wine or a beer, but the food was great. It's just nice, chilled out there. Yeah, and then just a few barbershop, no use to me, but if you've still got hair, you might want to check that place out. I gave that job up 20 years ago. Well, my hair gave up, I should say. There we go. Yeah, good. Sooner rather than later, COVID will be over. And we'll see how the city picks up. Songkran's just passed, which is Thai New Year. I mean, that's normally, from what I'm told, a crazy time with the water festival, and everyone's out chucking water and colours on people, but all of that just didn't happen this year, and I believe it didn't happen last year either. Right, so we're picking up another sort of main road that comes into the city. Now this, they've clearly spent a lot of money. This is what we call the elephant roundabout, and as we get closer we'll understand. Right in the centre there's a monument for, I think it's to commemorate Buriram the First, and he's riding on this elephant going into battle. I don't know the history of it, but quite an impressive monument. And then it only in the last few months they've put these, I don't know what you call them really, they're kind of like chrome trees, but yeah, very impressive. And at night when it's all lit up, it's something else. God knows how much money they spent on it, but yeah, it's quite impressive. We were here a couple of weeks ago because they were commemorating the King's birthday, and there was a big event here. So there was thousands of monks sat all the way around the outside of the roundabout. Actually, the missus got some video of it, so I'll try and dig that out and maybe link it to this video. Yeah, quite an impressive event, and they put all special lighting up. Really something. And then all along here, so this road now takes us through to the Chang Stadium. They had some amazing lighting down here. I wish I'd have got some video footage of it a couple of weeks ago. I just never got round to it, because generally I'm driving, so it's difficult. But I can kind of do it easier on this. Selling nice street food there. We get a lot of stores like Dory in there. That's like very expensive. Thais love it. Mrs. bought some last week and gave me some to try. Not for me. Very sweet and sickly, so I gave that a miss after the first bite. Yeah, you got fresh coconuts, mangoes. It's all, you know, the fruit of it. We're lucky. I obviously live on the farm. We've got dozens and dozens of mango trees, so I have mango smoothies every day, fresh mangoes. We had a big storm the other night and a lot of mangoes fell early, so this is preserving some of them. Yeah, the fruit is great. out on their motorbikes here. So when I first got here, you'd hear motorbikes go by, or what you thought were big bikes. Oh, it's got to be a Ducati or something, and you look and it's a Honda C90 with no baffle in it. But, yeah, that's Thailand. Station here, not really interesting, but maybe the price of fuel is. So I'm running the diesel at the moment, it's 28 baht per litre. So what's that? 60-65 pence a litre. Not sure what it is back in the UK now. You know, is it double that? I don't know. To be honest, I don't care, because I'm really planning on going back. Barbecue going there with chicken. You can get all sorts here. It's great. Eating out, I mean, you know, sometimes it's got to ask yourself, is it worth eating at home? Because it's so cheap. If you like Thai food, sort of, and street food, and you don't have to sit in a posh restaurant with a, you know, £25 bottle of wine. With your nose in the air, if you don't want any of that, Thailand is such a cheap place to live, to eat, you know, and socialise. Some great places in Buriram to go. You know, there's a place I ain't going to get to it on this video, maybe next time. There's a place we go regularly, kind of runs alongside the railway track. Just sort of tin huts that have been painted up, looking, you know, they look decent. There's bars, there's eateries, there's live music, and you rock up there for the evening. Now they generally they'll do a beer deal, so you know it's generally something like 3 large Changs for 200 baht. That's like a fiver for. And they are large beers, by the way. I think they're 660ml. So, you know, it's more than a pint. So you're getting, it's probably close on 4 pints for a fiver. That's all we need. I mean, we generally will get, me and the missus will share 3 bottles between us. You know, unless we're having a heavy night. But, you know, three large Changs between us. Some nice street food. You're gonna spend maybe 400-500 baht max, absolute max. And you got, you know, you're gonna have a belly full of food, a few beers, and a nice evening in a nice relaxing atmosphere. I have never, in the 6 months I've been here, I've not come across any aggro. No people falling out on the street and wanting to fight each other. It's just, I don't know, maybe I go to the nice places, but you know, they're just normal where the locals go. No mind that's what I've come here to kind of retire, live on the farm, sell a few mushrooms, make a bit of money to kind of cover the cost of living. Yeah, I like it. I could do with winning the Thai lottery, only because just around this corner there is a Ducati dealership and they've got some beautiful bikes in there. Yeah, I'm kind of working hard and investing a bit on the farm at the minute, so a new motorbike's not really on the radar. I've got an old one that I'm restoring, waiting for the engine to come back. COVID's just crippling everyone. Some stunning bikes in there, expensive. Anything that's imported into Thailand's very expensive. If it's manufactured or assembled in Thailand, then the pricing's reasonable, similar to UK prices, I would say. There's no, certainly with motorbikes, you ain't gonna get a bargain. I mean, the things that the nice sort of boys' toys that I like, you don't get any bargains. So, I mean, there's stuff that I left back in the UK that I wish I'd have brought now. You know, I've got a Fender Strat and a Fender Jazz up in the attic in one of my houses. I just thought when I get here I'd buy one rather than ship from the UK, but to ship it's expensive, you get clobbered for import, but to buy here, if you want good quality imported guitars, you pay through the nose again, so not worth it. But I was saying that, some of the music shops you can get some nice gear and cheap. A good friend of mine recently bought a Yamaha bass guitar. I think it was 7,000 baht. So, you know, what's that? 160, 170 pound. And it was okay. It wasn't a high-end one, but you know, good for that kind of money. Who cares? It plays well. Blowing a bit here coming up that climb. Not as fit as I used to be. Right, so yeah, we're coming up to Chang Arena now. This is impressive. I think games are cancelled at the minute because of COVID. They did start playing again to small crowds, but with COVID kicking in again, it's all kind of stopping. But they put a lot of events on here. There's also right. I'll go around there in a second. But we quite often come here of an evening. So nice sort of, street food. Trying to find somewhere to sit and choose what you want. Just wander around. Great. And again, cheap. You know, anything 20 to 60 baht for a meal each. Again, they do deals on the beer, sort of generally 3 for 180 or 200 baht, something like that. But I gotta get across. Yes, you can see as well, you've got all your KFCs, your McDonald's, like that. Right, I'm getting across before cars come. Believe it or not, I'm on a Brompton, but it's the Brompton electric. But I tend not to use the motor, because I want to find it fit. But it would make my life a lot easier if I did put it on, especially on the fast place. If you were to go straight on up that road, it's a beautiful place up. They call it Buddha Mountain. And it's, well, it's a big sort of Buddha monument on top of the hill. Quite a walk up the steps, but nice place to go, and you can see for miles and miles all the way around. Because Buriram's relatively flat. Yeah, that's. I'll sneak. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed. I don't want to get arrested. Yeah, so that's from the castle. During COVID, this area on the left, what they were doing, they were putting on like all street food and stuff, and they had big screens. So the Buriram United would be playing in the stadium, and you could watch the game on the outside from on the big screens, and you know, Chang are one of the big sponsors, so they were doing deals on beer and stuff. Right. yeah, so this, in the evening, this is a great place to come and eat. You know, again, if you like sort of street food, nice vibe, no mither, it's great. Yeah, it looks, I'm sure it'll be open tonight. Yeah, we regularly go there. Love it. Okay, so that's kind of a snippet of Buriram done on the old Brompton. Or, well, how long have I had that? I've had the Brompton about 9 months, and I made, to be honest, I wanted a normal Brompton, but because of the situation in the UK with COVID and everyone wanted to buy bikes, at the time you could not get your hands on a Brompton bike. The only option I had was to get the electric version, which, for those of you who know about Bromptons, you know, the normal Bromptons are kind of £1,200, which is a lot of money, but you know, Bromptons are a well-made, well-respected UK bike. Not as refined as I would like for the money, but you know, you are paying for the name and some of the design. But anyway, I digress. So I couldn't get a normal Brompton, so my only option was the electric, and I paid. I mean, I'm fortunate. I know a few of the guys in. I got this from the bike factory in Chester, and I've bought loads of stuff off those guys over the years. And in fairness, they've always looked after me, so I got a good deal on this. I don't want to say how much I paid for it in case the salesman gets a bollocking off his boss, but they should be about £3 grand. I didn't pay quite that, but you know, it wasn't far off. And you know, I'm going to keep it for a long time, so you know, it's, in my eyes, it's money well spent. But the issue I had with it, and I always planned to bring it to Thailand with me, and before I came to Thailand, I went to live in Corfu for, initially it was for 3 months, and I was going to stay there over the winter, but then Thailand opened up briefly, so I got my visa and I left Corfu. But what I'm getting to is, I thought I could travel with a Brompton, so when I first got it, it was kind of pick it up, go to the train station, fold it down, get on the train, and it was great. And then it was, okay, so now I want to go abroad with it. I can do that, and I believe you can actually take it on as hand luggage, a normal Brompton. It's the right size when it's folded to go on as hand luggage. And I thought, this is cool, it's going to be so easy. And then I started thinking about the battery, and I started reading up, and it turns out, and it's true, you cannot take the battery on an aircraft. You can't take it as hand luggage, you can't put it in the hold. They have to go by a special courier in a special sealed vessel, tank, whatever, and it's expensive. So I shipped it from Manchester. So I got on a train at Chester, got to Manchester train station, then I rode the Brompton to a courier just on the outskirts of Manchester, and I paid something like £150 to have it shipped to Corfu, which I wasn't best pleased with, but I didn't have any other options apart from trying to put it in my luggage, and that, well, that's just bloody stupid, you know. You take an aircraft down, so that wasn't really an option. So yeah, I paid about £150 to ship it to Corfu, and when I left Corfu, I thought, well, I've got to ship it to Thailand. I was going back to the UK for a few weeks just to wrap things up there, but I thought I'll ship it to Thailand. And it cost, I think that cost me the equivalent of £400. So in total I spent £550 shipping this thing, because it's got the battery on it. And the other one of my thoughts was, when I was shipping it to Thailand, was I'll leave a battery in the UK and buy a battery in Bangkok when I get there. But the replacement battery was, I don't know, I think it was the equivalent of £5, and I just thought, I'm just not doing it, and I'm leaving the original battery today. Which, the reality is, it'd never get used again. It wasn't going to get cycled, so it would have been a waste. There we go. Waffled on a bit there about the battery, but yeah, getting back to the Brompton bike, nice little bike. I just like getting out on it. It's not the most comfortable of bikes because it's got the small wheels. It's just handy, it's fun. You get a lot of laughs, you get, people, oh, that's a cool bike. Yeah, handy thing to have, really. And on the odd occasion where I might go for a couple of beers in the afternoon and maybe have one or two more than my original planned, bang the motor onto level 3 and just coast home. You have to pedal for the motor to work, but if you put it on power level 3, which is max, Buriram's flat, you can, on a flat area, a full charge battery will probably get you 60-70 kilometres. So I'm 4 or 5 kilometres from the city centre. So yeah, put it on full power, get back home easy without blowing. So it has its advantages. But like now, I haven't got the power on. I'm just coasting along. I'm not going quick. I've gone on my time trialing days. All the joints are too knackered now for any of that. On saying that, we've gone through the city yesterday and I spotted this bike shop, and they had this old, it was a giant time trial bike. Judging by it, I couldn't stop because it was sort of at set traffic lights, nowhere to park. This bike, judging by the group set, couldn't quite make out what it was, but this bike must have been 20-25 years old. And it looked of interest. I thought, shall I get that and get back out and just put my arse in the air and do some training on the time trial bike. It's very hot here and humid. So I don't know. The tuck position on a time trial bike might not be great for the hip anyway. We'll see. Right, so we're heading back in now from the other direction, coming up to the elephant roundabout. So that's it for now. I'll plan to maybe do a video every Saturday. I'm doing a lot on the farm, and I'm trying to train people and show people how to do all sorts with the mushrooms. But maybe every Saturday, just a break from the norm. Come out on Brompton and capture some footage around the city. Hope that's of interest. Possibly do some videos out and about with the missus in the evenings, places we like to eat, that kind of thing. It's a bit difficult at the moment, as you know, with COVID. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and get round this roundabout in one piece. It's not busy today, so roundabouts, there's no rules. Sometimes it's close your eyes and hope for the best. But where you think you've got right of way, forget it. There's no such thing as right of way here. It's who's got the biggest balls. But if someone's coming, you just have to, it just happens, and you can't say you don't get road rage. So if someone pulls out in front of you, they've done it, it's gone now, forget it. Right, I'm going to cut crossings. So I'm going to pop to 7-Eleven, get myself a cold drink and an ice cream, and leave it at that, guys. So yeah, like and subscribe and in touch with what we're doing here in Buriram.